Hey everybody, welcome aboard. Captain Mike here. Well, my night lighting edits are done. The link can be found down below in explain.to. And today I'm just going to give you a quick view of various locations, just showing the night lighting edits. Here we're out at LAX. Let's have a look out the right window while we make a turn here. We'll head back towards LAX. And like I said, these edits are now available. Although they may look a little different on your screen than they do on mine, based on the monitor or TV that you're using. And these settings do require reshade. So there are an older set in there that don't use reshade for those that don't want to use reshade, but this set requires reshade, and I'm using reshade 6.3. Let's straighten up, and we'll get a look at LA out that window. So that's LA. Let's go have a look at a couple of other places as well. Now we're out in Seattle, having a look at Seattle, Washington. How about we come around here, give you a view out that right window in a second. And again, my latest set of edits require reshade. How about we get a view out that right window? And let's loop back towards Seattle Airport. Give you a nice view out that window. So these are my latest night lighting edits, available at explain.to, but they do require reshade, and I am using reshade 6.3. I think maybe next, we'll go take a look at San Francisco. See what that looks like.
2074, to verify maintaining 300 knots. Oh, we're 290 now, 301 we can, that is to 2074.
Here we are, we'll take a look at San Francisco.
United 1479, we're level 1313. United 1479, center, climb and maintain flight level 230.
And then what I'll do is I'll give you a view out that right window as we swing a right-hand turn. Give you a view down at the streets, see what they look like.
American 2066, flight heading 255, descended maintain 1207.52 today.
All right, let's swing back towards San Francisco Airport. Give you a view out that right window.
San Francisco, good evening, Aeromexico 784, leaving flight level 30. Send the via the Ola 1 and set on stage flight level 240.
Mexico 784, Mentor, good evening. Descend via the Lucky, I'm sorry, descend via the Ola 1 Accept, maintain 2000, as well as altimeter 299er.
Same via the Ola 1 arrival.
And again, this is version 5 of my night lighting edits to be used with Reshade 6.3. But the package does have a non-Reshade version in there as well, older version. But this is the set that I'm using now. Alright, up next, maybe we'll go take a quick look at San Diego and see what that looks like.
Southwest 35, economy, level 270.
Hey everybody, here we are out in San Diego. Giving you a view of the night lighting edits that I have completed. And a link for the download is in the description there for those that are interested. I am using Reshade now. 6.3. Let me get you a view out that right window and we'll make a looping right hand turn so you can get a look at the streets. Alright, let's swing around and get a look at the lights at night down there on the street level. That looks good from here. I don't know how the camera's picking it up, but that looks real nice. Lighting is nice and soft. I bumped up the vehicle traffic, the red lights. Gives it additional reddish color down there on the ground. I also bumped up the green, amber, and red light signal lighting to give some additional color down there on the ground as well. Alright, so here's San Diego. Let's go take a look at Chicago next. So here we are in Chicago. And then what I'll do is I'll get you a view out the right window in just a bit. And I am using Reshade with my latest edits. Reshade 6.3. So Reshade will be required if you want this look with my setup. Alright, let's go have a look out that right window. So here we have Chicago. Get some of those skyscrapers in there for you.
And Delta 2615, so direct Cadez. Direct Cadez, Delta 2615.
So here's Chicago.
Skywest 4016, contact center 13.
Alright, up next, how about we head on down to Dallas. Everybody, welcome aboard. Here we are in Texas, having a look around at my latest night lighting edits. And then what I'll do is I'll get you a view out the right window, as I've done in the past, to give you a view of the streets.
Delta 2615, contact center 133.2. 33.2, good night, Delta 2615.
And again, I'm using Reshade version 6.3 with my latest night lighting edits. Alright, how about I get you a view out that right window, and we'll head back towards Dallas, Fort Worth. Alright, let's head back towards Dallas Fort Worth. Give you a view out that right window.
American 899, Spencer, roger.
Should have a real nice view.
Alaska 1142, contact center 128.6.
128.6, Alaska 1142.
Alright, up next, I think we'll take a look at Newark, New Jersey. I've been doing a lot of testing there, but I'll give you a quick shot of New York, Manhattan.
2815, have a good one, man.
Show you what that looks like. And then I'll hit a few more spots, and then that's it. And again, the link for my night lighting edits are down below in the description, and I am using Reshade. Although I do have an older set that doesn't require Reshade that looked pretty good when I was using it, so I don't know if you want to give those a try. Alright, let's go head on up to Newark. Alright, here we are in Newark, New Jersey. This is where I do most of my night lighting testing because it really hammers the system. So I have a pretty good idea on what this area looks like, but figure I'd give you a view. That looks rather nice. And what I'll do is I'll get you a view out the right window next, and we'll get a view of Manhattan.
Reduce speed to 280.
Let's head on over to the city. Give you a view of the street lights down there. As you can see, I bumped up the tail lights on the traffic. Give some reddish color down there. Same thing with the street lights. I bumped up the green, the amber, and the red street lights. Give a little more color down there that you can see from in the air.
Wisconsin 4806, front Walter, flight level 200, maintain 3000 knots.
Here's Manhattan.
Cross Walter at flight level 200.
And we've got Kennedy out there in the distance. Looking pretty good so far on my end. But then again, keep in mind that depending on your monitors and your setup, you may have a different view than I do. But I've included all the settings that I'm using, as well as the edits that I've done. So hopefully it's just going to be pretty much plug and play, and you may have to do a little bit of adjusting on your end based on your monitor. So I'm using 75-inch Samsungs that have backlighting and all the kinds of stuff, so it gives me a pretty nice view out the window. Let's get a little bank going here and give you a better view of the city. Up next, how about we go take a look at Washington, D.C., and we'll see what the Capitol looks like. All in all, everything's looking pretty good around the States, which is where I do most of my flying anyway. Alright, let's move on over to Washington, D.C.
Delta 1025 front.
So here we are in Washington, D.C. She's lit up beautifully.
South 125, 84, contact center 133.2.
33.2.
And for those of you that may just be tuning into this, I'm using Reshade to achieve this type of lighting, along with my own night lighting edits. Let's bank right, get into where there's some decent lights, and then I'll get you a view out that right window on a looping turn so you can take a look at the ground lights themselves. But so far I haven't seen any problem areas where it was an issue. The lighting seems to be good all around.
Southwest 3131, flight level 372.
Southwest 3131.
Alright, how about I get you a view out that right window so you can take a look at some of the street lighting. And then we'll move on from there. Let's loop around to the right here. We'll get a good look at that highway. And the street lighting that surrounds it. Now, unfortunately, you only get to see this in 1080p. I get to see this in 4K. So, you're not getting as good a view as I am, unfortunately. But, can't do anything about the camera. And again, I'm using my own night lighting edits here, so if you don't like this, this is on me, not Laminar. And I'm also using Reshade 6.3. So the download location is in the description below if you want to give them a try, or if you're already using my night lighting edits. It should be a relatively easy update. And as you can see, I bumped up the tail lights on the vehicles so they stick out rather nice. Gives it another color down there on the ground that you can see.
American 2693, contact center 13312. 332, American.
And we should have DCA off to our 3 o'clock position now, just about. Let's come out of this turn. And you should have a nice view out that window. Just an amazing view. X-Plane with Reshade and my night lighting edits has made night flying a joy. It's never been better than it is for me today. This is pretty cool. Look at all the traffic on the highway. See all the red lights? Pretty cool. Alright, let's move on down to Georgia, and then maybe we'll finish up in Miami. So here we are in Atlanta, Georgia, checking out the night lighting edits. And then in just a minute, I'll get you a view out the right. Want to get out into some lighting here, so when I make the right turn, you're not just looking at darkness. Let's come all the way around here. Give you a view of some of those skyscrapers as well. Then after this, I'll finish this 10 airport series with Miami. So for those of you that are on the fence as to whether or not you want to try this, hopefully the video showing various locations will give you an idea on just what it looks like. So you should have a pretty good view of the skyscrapers there. And let's go to the left of them. And then when we loop around, I'll give you a view out that right window.
1,000.
Let me get you a view out that right window, and then we'll loop around and give you a shot of the street lights.
Private 2437, cross Momar, final 240.
Cross Momar, final 240, 1,000.
All right, let's loop around the city, shall we? Should have a nice view out that right window now.
133.2,
The white lighting might need a touch lower, but it's only when there's a group of lights together where it gets a little bit oversaturated, but it's not that bad. Don't think I'm going to mess with it, though. This looks pretty good. And it's only in a couple of spots.
United 1734, sends your perimeter.
All right, so up next, let's finish up this 10 airport series with Miami. All right, here we are in Miami, finishing up our 10 airport series showing off the night lighting effects. heading up towards West Palm Beach and Boca, my area where I live now. And all in all, one or two spots might have been a little white oversaturation in the corners on the turns at low altitude, but they're far and in between as far as what I can see here. They look pretty good. And again, if you're using my night lighting edits, this is the latest version that I have out, version 5, and I'm using Reshade version 6.3 with this. So, but there's also an old version of my lights in there that don't require reshade. You have the option of using reshade or not. So if you want to give them a try, a link below down in the description. Let me get you a view out that right window so you can take a look at the street lighting, and we'll end up this series here.
Yeah, 907, Roger.
Alright, let's head back towards Miami, shall we? Should have a nice view out that window, getting a view of the night lighting on the streets. They look nice and soft here. They don't look too powerful. And again, I went through each one of these lights individually again, getting them all set up. Once I had my reshade settings that I wanted, then I had to go back and readjust the lights.
Double 6562, resume normal speed.
Here's a good view of the red lighting on the vehicles. I bumped those up a bit. Yeah, a little more color down there. I may kick up the street lights a little bit more, the green, the red, the amber, give a little bit more of that color, but I'm not sure just yet. You should have a view of the Manhattan skyline coming up there just outside of the highway lights that you see there. I believe that's 95 or US 1. Alright, let's head back towards Miami and we'll finish this up. So for those of you that are using my night lighting edits, this should be an easy upgrade for you. Just swap out the lights file and then just make the changes in Reshade that you're using already. And for those of you that aren't, it's fairly an easy install using Reshade. It really is. I had trouble in the beginning myself, but it is actually rather simple. Just install Reshade, the exe file, point it towards your X-Plane folder, your exe file, select Vulkan if you, well, we're all using Vulkan in X-Plane 12, and it's going to create a folder called Reshade, or Reshade Shader, or something to that effect. And then inside there is going to be your presets, going to be your textures, and your effects and all that. And then you just make a shortcut of your X-Plane exe file, put it on your desktop, and then you have to add a little extension, a little dash, and then allow Reshade in there. And that's it. Everything else has been working beautifully. So, hope you enjoyed this little view. There's Miami down there. And we're going to end this right about here. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed the view, my night lighting edits. And I'll catch you on my next run everybody. Take care.